Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Oh yeah, Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down, bring that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. Cause we are super back after a long time. It's been a long time. We should have left you, but hey, look, just look, life be happening. We have schedules and stuff. But what has brought us back together? Oh, that young boy named Deku. That's right. I finally caught up. I finished My Hero. So I'm joined. This is the anime-ish crew, like, taking off again. I'm gonna give it right over here. Oh, sorry, over here. I think it's in this square for y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna give it up to the man of the hour, Tower of Power, Coop of Blurtish. What's up?
What's up, y'all? Yes, it has been a while. Shout out to everybody listening on the Blurtish platform. We're gonna try to get back in the swing. Holiday stuff. We've been like wanting to do it, and I just be like, man, I'm tired. I've been saying like we're gonna do My Hero. We gotta do My Hero. We're gonna get more consistent. Winter anime season starts basically tomorrow.
Yeah, basically, as y'all see it, technically today.
Yeah, so technically today. So we will get started on the preview list or what we're going to watch. A lot of it's going to be stuff that's going to continue. Mike probably ain't going to have caught up to some of it. He ain't going to watch half of it. Just bear with him.
You going
to watch Hell's Paradise. But
Hell's Paradise.
There's at least 6 shows that I know I'm going to watch. Like, I got 6. Like,
I don't know if I can do 6.
And most of them is already returning or continue. Like, one of them is a continuation. Like, since we're just doing this real quick, shout out to Tojima, wants to be a common writer. We ain't going to get to a review on this because we're so behind. If you look, it's everything that I wanted from Loser Ranger. Ooh. Like, I like reading Loser Ranger, but watching Tojima fill that void, and I'm kind of just gonna like push Loser Ranger to the side.
Cool.
I
didn't even consider Loser Ranger, but you're right.
Because they're both tokusatsu.
Tojima is doing what Loser Ranger wanted to do, and it is pulling it off. Y'all, if y'all got time, please watch Tojima Wants to Be Kamen Rider. I did not expect it to be as
shout out to Mark.
As it is.
Mark, I was gonna skip it because I still have a little bit of love for Loser Ranger. I'm gonna finish reading it. It's so sci-fi bizarre. This is sci-fi, but this is technically it is common. Like, this is like the original Kamen Rider. Like, when I say original, it's a parody. It's just a dude who could fight good, who loved watching it, and he's mentally broken. Like, he does work construction. He's a 40-year-old protagonist. So I'm kind of glad it's kind of becoming.
He's a little sociopath. Okay.
I won't say sociopath. Okay. He's just socially awkward.
He's psychotic. We can't dance around
it like this. I'll just say this.
He is rolled off, but he is not alone.
Yes, his friends is now.
I think the madness spreads.
Think of basically. Imagine, take Mark for example. Imagine if he got to play Batman for real and beat on like the Joker, and it was his life. Like, I finally get purpose to beat on the Joker.
When I come out and say I'm Batman, and everybody laughs at me, and I'm like, but I'm fighting the Joker, and I'm fighting it for real, but nobody sees it.
And let's just say he beat 4 other people who want to be Robin, the Siren or whatever, or spoiler, or whatever. He meets 4 other people who are like this, and they have a real purpose now. So
I was hooked after the first episode.
And Mark told me, I watched it. I said, watch it.
Tojima is literally, if you see me in the forest fighting a bear.
He beat a bear down 2 times.
For God's sake, please.
And he felt unfulfilled because he has nothing else in his life but construction.
Man, it's tough out there.
Real talk. I'm gonna say this again, and we're gonna get started. What they did, people like Dan or the people who animated Science Sorrow. Mm-hmm. Shout out to creators and studios when they know how to fill in gaps. They not like stuff that's missing. They add a little extra animation to it. It's not necessarily, I guess,
Give
you
it
say it's filler,
a little zip.
but it stretches out. Like, there's the manga for it is very weird. It's not actually all the way translated. It's very rare, but it's still like that happens. Like a lot of stuff don't come over here, so everybody has 4 chapters. It's very like old school, look like somebody like a middle schooler did it, and that's fine. It has a look. So it's like they added the backstory of him in high school. That was perfection because it really shows what Marcus talk about, that he is not there.
Yeah.
He's going. Like, all right, so we know what we're dealing with. This hero ain't normal.
It would literally be like if somebody like somebody here bought into like somebody watched Power Rangers and it never occurred to them that Power Rangers were not real. Like they were watching it and it was like real life to them.
Thank you. Same family.
His life every day as if the Power Rangers are real.
No, they real.
Hey, shout out to Kamen Rider. They
everybody in
predated.
his life is looking at him like he crazy.
They predated the Power Rangers because this is all in the same type of show when it means special effect. Taco Sosu,
Yeah.
said.
Mike,
So
bro.
so that's one of the ones
Alright.
we're gonna continue watching.
Go
All
love
right,
it.
I might just check
It's
that
a
one
C
out.
plus B plus animation, but they actually save all the money for the fights per se. But it's not quite a slideshow. They get, but the comedic timing makes you forget about any stiffness in the animation.
Mike, it is great, bro. It is
Great
All right,
comedic timing.
I'm gonna peep it out.
That
I'm gonna
poor bear.
So
He appears looking
that's what
bear.
we've been up to, and Mark is gonna introduce us.
All right, so yeah, bottom square, Mark Dub, what's up?
Oh yeah, y'all. It's Mark Dub, half man, part amazing, spicy like Creole, not that Cajun. And I'm all about that elevation. So what's good, guys?
Man, look, I'm gonna throw it back to you, Dub. You know, we got everything from My Hero. How are you feeling now that you've seen the finale? How do you feel about, because look, y'all was telling me, yo, you got to catch up. I caught up. So how you feeling?
know what, bro?
How you feel about the ending? How they sent us off?
I told Coop that over these last couple of episodes, I ain't think I'd be shedding so many thug tears. Like even in the defeat of All for One, and Skibbity.
Shiggy, aka Shigaraki.
Skibbity Rocky.
Little ashy, little dusty.
Even in the defeat, Deku did. I told Coop Deku did what he did, a little bit of Tanjiro thing. Even in his vanquishing of Shigaraki, he still found a way to appeal to the human part of him, and he sent him on honorably, which
And I think he received it
deserved. But
Yeah.
they were good. Man, I still love Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has a wonderful way of making you, with that backstory, with that flashback, making you feel for these characters that you were like, he diabolical and I hate him. I hate him so much. And then you be like, oh, all right. Man, Deku did the same thing, man, that Tanjiro does. So it was
that when he locked hands with him, he was like, I ain't gonna let go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be here with you. I was just like, oh man.
Oh, bro, I was like,
come on.
It's like somebody hit me in the face with a lemon. Hit me right now.
I was like, come on, man, come on. I was like, all right, I see you, man. Look, he's always gonna make sure he look out. He look out for you before he beats you down. He gonna try.
Man.
He gonna try to look out for you. Like, he went through his little dark era, but they pulled him back. You know what I'm saying?
He looked like a ninja rabbit. Like, I liked it.
He looked unwashed and raggedy.
Yeah, he needed a little bit of something.
But they literally told her, they said, you gotta get in the bath, bro.
Yeah,
but,
bro.
I
love how his class had his back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like, nah, I gotta do this by myself, and they was like, nah.
Yeah,
Like even
it
if
was like
you trying to fight to protect all of us, and we want to do the same thing for you. So just full circle, and as our teammate Sherry said a little earlier, justice for.
We'll get to the Baku.
We'll get to it.
Shout out to her. Shout out
to Ninja. Look, Ninja, we are finally here. We are finally here. First you wasn't here.
It took him a while. It took him a while, but he
it took Bakugo a minute.
He finally came back to where we are.
Yeah. So anyway,
the whole time.
Cool,
he finally got to where Deku was, because Deku started up here.
So true. Basically, how I'm feeling, man. Look, this is strangely, this is one of those properties that Blurtish itself. This will be our 10th year. This has been something that, as I got back more, like I have waves with anime and different things over the years. This is one of those properties that, like, oh, this is like, not say new gen. I don't, it was new gen. It's not new gen anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, like, okay, I'm feeling this type of shonen. I like the ensemble thing of it. It's like grand opening, grand closing. Like, it gets a standing ovation. It made me feel through several seasons, even when Mike on this show was like, I don't like that scene. I said, bro, I'm telling you, they training, bro. I said, of all the people who like training, I said, it's going to pay off.
Hold on, you sure that was this show? Was it this show?
You hated that season
like My Hero.
You hated them 2 seasons.
Oh, when they went to the woods.
No, when they went to the classes. But it was like half of it was like against the batches.
Oh, when they went to the other classes, when they was with the other schools and stuff. I was like, bro, if y'all don't get out my face.
But that's a setup. That was a setup episode. So I'm just saying. I remember.
I know what you're talking about. Oh, I remember
Cooper
that.
remembers. Pepper Star remembers. But I'm just saying, I loved it all. But that's fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying that Deku is one of those characters that, even if you don't like Deku, we know that people be like, oh, I don't like the maker and blah, blah, blah. They had a little bit of something for everybody. Look, I don't know what it is. All Might was one of those senpais that I just dug. You have one of my favorite English actors. I don't know who the Japanese actor is. I had to watch a lot of them in Japanese because dubs are just not going to come fast anymore, and I don't have time to wait.
Dubs be taking all day.
No, because you have your weebification has been completed.
But more important this time,
like to hear it in the native.
We was consistent, which is time, man, time purposes. But I like, Chris Sabat, he's a legend. Like, the man has been All Might. He's been Vegeta. He's been what's his name? The Namekian. My mind is slipping. God, he's
I can't think of.
He's oh my God, why is
Piccolo?
Yeah, he's been Piccolo. Yeah, he's been Piccolo. He's Piccolo and Vegeta. I think sometimes Vegeta has other actor, but he just went double duty because Piccolo ain't. He just does more. He just changed the tenor a little bit of this and that. And I think I was watching Kenichi. He's actually one of the karate masters in Kenichi. I was like, hey, this man been doing it forever. So, bro, it's just when you get that certain type of goofy senpai, but who can really bring it. And he delivers those lines. Like, it's just, this has been a great class. Just a great collection of actors, people who brought emotion. I think his name's Zeno Robinson. He did Hawks. Hawks was a dope character when he got invented. But just this last saga, and I said, My Hero 2 is on par with almost any Marvel movie for me. Like, I love that part 2 so much when they was on the island. Like, other than say Winter Soldier and like maybe Endgame or something, I said this is a Marvel movie, and what I wanted at a lot of times for a big superhero thing, and they knew how to handle an ensemble cast just to be able to switch the story, and they did, and believe it or not, they didn't drag it out. They got to the kind of the end part. It was like no more than 2 seasons. It was not that Naruto where it was like a whole 5 or 3 years to end the series, and with like 50, 100 episodes.
It was so long. I've never even seen the end. That's how long it was.
Just watch
Like
the last.
what I thought was the end. It's like, nah, actually,
No,
it's like
that's like the beginning of the. Look, before they had Attack on Titan Part 1, the ending Part 3, Part whatever, they had Naruto, just the war arc, and then the Infinite Dream of the war arc, and then the end. It's like, oh my god. So man, thank you, new generations of anime and manga. These people aren't sticking around long. Like My Hero is gone, Demon Slayer is gone. I think Jujutsu Kaisen is about to go.
Kind of still with us with Vigilantes, but yeah, the main line is gone.
Well, Vigilantes is probably going to be from. I finished it. This is probably no more than 2 years, and that's it. Like, there's not going to be nothing else, because it really is a prequel that leads into the the thought process of One for All, and it's a good psychological thing. I wish, now that I know how it ended, I wish some things could change, but I still like it. Still watch Vigilantes, but overall, man, this is good. This is great. This is the easy recommend for anybody in the future who want to see a good shonen with modern take and fare over the last, out of the 2010s until 2020s.
Yeah, for me, with the way this ended, at first I was kind of worried because the final season, since I came in like super late and I could binge it, I saw it was short, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna try to rush this thing. And no, I didn't feel rushed. And what really brought it home for me was the epilogue. Similar to Stranger Things, I might talk about that, and where I feel like these are two series that ended in 2025 and landed the plane extremely well. But the epilogue, seeing them as adults,
I feel that way.
They really landed the plane well for My Hero. Like, because they could have blown it, but they
could have, bro. And
yeah,
I will tell you, bro. Coop knows there is nothing that irks me more than when these creators try to get artsy fartsy and don't deliver. Man, deliver the goods at the end, man. I need that.
Yeah.
I don't, man. I don't want. What was I always think about the Will Smith zombie movie, man.
Oh, I Am Legend.
So the story with that joint, Will Smith had shot both of those endings. Will Smith wanted the charm ending. He wanted to be able to have a franchise, have a sequel, which that movie went hard when it came out.
Yeah.
And supposedly the director made the choice, and Will wasn't too happy about it. So going forward, I think Will had made sure he exercised more control over his projects. But yeah, like they could have botched it. They didn't. They landed the plane. It smooth landing, man. Everybody, they tied up all the ends neatly.
And you know what's crazy? What they didn't do, they didn't forget the framework of the series. Because Deku is say, this is my story of how I became the number one hero. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sometimes they throw people off, like, now, even though he could be talking to you, he could be talking to you from the other side in heaven if he's already dead or something. You never know how these stories go, especially in anime, and they can just say, don't worry about that, just throw the framework out. They didn't forget their framework. So it's like, okay, our hero lives, but how is there going to go this all the way out? And it's like, I kind of forgot about the framework, but it's like, because it was looking dire. It's like, I don't know.
I thank God that this was in the hands of Japanese creators. Here's why. Because in America, they would have tried to make Deku this kind of angry, depressed, grizzled, drunk that doesn't want to be a hero no more, and he's walked away and he's so jaded about it. And don't get me wrong, those kind of characters have their place, but I think America does it too much. Like America does that too much. I'm so tired. So none of our heroes in American lore grew up and was like, you know what? I want to pass the baton. None of them, all of them, like, I'm angry and I'm sad and I never want to go back to it
on the
again.
CW,
And I'm a drunk and I'm
everybody in the CW went through that. Everybody in the CW, I mean, even Marvel had it a little bit, but that happens regardless. So they invented that trope.
We see him walk into his adulthood, and he goes to work at UA, and then he starts like influencing and inspiring the next generation.
I loved it. Bro, he just
he also didn't fall into a depression because he didn't have the power anymore. He didn't do that. He was still joyful, loving guy.
Like, bro, I was the number one hero. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Man, I'm the greatest, dude. I say
for one moment in time, I ended the war. And me and the guy that I looked up to that bullied me, and we worked together to lead the charge. Like that was awesome. And seeing them as adults, seeing Bakugo like trying, seeing Shoto, yes, because Shoto was
number one. Shoto is number one. I love it.
Still, I'm gonna keep saying it. The dude is creating matter out of nothing. Like it's like he should have been number one like a long time ago.
And you know what?
And at the rate that he can make, like the amount of ice he can make, the amount of fire, like
you brought up Shoto. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this because look, I love Shoto. I hated his dad, Endeavor. I just want to say this again. Shout out to Japanese creators or whoever to follow up on epilogues. And I love that the epilogue of the hellish Todoroki family. Thank you. And I thank you for somebody else said it, for the older brother, because I know there's like a lot of people who are going to interpret this different things. Like, I'm not saying how you should feel in any of your family trauma. I want to put that out there because
we're talking about Todoroki.
If you want to talk
family,
I want to talk about his brother. His brother, like, look, Dad, I'm here for my brother. I want you to stay the hell away from me. I'm getting married, and no, you cannot meet my fiance. And Endeavor had to like, son, I'm gonna take that because I deserve that. So to see Endeavor, and I think I said Endeavor has to end this series he has to go out on his shield. Either he has to die, or Endeavor himself
can't come out.
Endeavor himself is over. And he said the hero Endeavor is dead. He is retired. Even if I got healed, I am not coming back. I deserve to be retired. I don't deserve to be a hero. It's so many words. And I'm like, thank you. Like, whoever wrote this, get it. That Endeavor.
They understand.
He created a home terrorist. He was basically he should be in jail. He physically abused his family and mentally abused them. And and his secrecy of leaving a child unattended just to be kidnapped and don't even like, bruh, he vaguely looked for his child, and I'm glad they threw that in.
With the way the scene was, it was kind of easy to assume that he had burned out and died. The scene was crazy, but I like the fact that even though this show is done so well, Endeavor didn't get the end that I wanted him to have, but I'm still satisfied with it.
Yes, he got the right ending, the correct.
Like, because I thought that he was gonna basically die stopping Dabi from killing, I don't know, let's say 40,000 people or something. But then also in that moment, kind of like how Deku and Shigaraki had, like, kind of connecting, being like, like pretty much give me this blast. I deserve this blast kind of thing. And then them kind of both smoldering together. And I would have been like, that would have been a beautiful flame to go up. But it didn't. He was like, yo, I know I messed this up. And for every day, I'm going to do everything I can to atone. And in all honesty, that's what we say as a society we want. But I don't know if that's what we really want. We want you to atone and be accountable. It's like, well, he's doing it. Well, no, I want to punish him. Well, okay, do you want to punish him or do you want to atone? So, but in this case, he said, I'm going to be here every day You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be here every day. You're not gonna be forgotten anymore. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna atone. I'm gonna be, and then also with Shoto being like, "What's your favorite food?" and him responding, like I was just like, you know what? That door being open. Not saying that I expect Dobby to be out going to,
I mean, Dobby's gonna die because they said this is his last day.
Oh yeah. But so I don't expect Dobby to like, return and get healthy and then be out and have ice cream together. But just the fact that that door was opened up for like,
they found some resolution. Man.
Yeah, yes.
He gave his brother respect. I'm okay. It's like he realized that his brother is like him. That is like, look, our father gave us. He's garbage, but you can learn something from him. He's opportunistic. Take advantage of it. But I'm just gonna have to kill him, and you're gonna have to play hero. So I'm sorry, you're gonna have to suffer, and you want out. So it's just like, man, it's like some weird Shakespearean thing that Endeavor created. But I love that the real fall of Endeavor started right when he found out that he could not touch All Might. With this man created his family and tortured his family to chase behind All Might. And when he realized All Might was just a regular human, and he realized how small he felt, they like, what? Mm-hmm. He's like, and he was just given his power, but he like he realized he didn't insult him. He like, I was born with this, and I cannot chase this. I cannot get close to this man because he did not have it in his heart, in his spirit, in his soul.
Yeah, because
he was all for gain, even though he was technically. He really was the number 2 hero. Like, I give him on his hero props. He could not be touched in that regard, other than All Might. But
even though he was like underhanded and complete, he was like Jack Nicholson's character in The Shining. He was basically like he was just a horrible father. But even he, I think All Might rubbed off on him some, because around season 6, when he started doing the prominence burn to like actually save people when it wasn't about being on TV anymore, I was like, I think they're about to redeem this guy. And that's why when he was going all out, like, no, I gotta save people, I'm like, yo, I think it's rubbing off on him. He's finally learning the lesson. I think they're gonna redeem him. And I'm glad he was through working with Hawks and stuff. I think he slowly started to turn and realize, like, yeah, I wasted most of my life not being with my family, but like using my family as a tool. And I think he, that's when they started turning him around. And I'm glad to see where they left him off. They even left it at a point where possibly the older brother may be able to turn around, because as long as that door's open, as long as everyone's willing, you never know. Not saying that the healing has to come today, and not saying that he has to try to force the healing, but as long as he stays there, stays ready, who knows? Maybe 4 or 5 years from now, the older brother might come around and say, "Hey, Dad, I want to talk." So you never know. Endeavor,
like, bro. And I'll just admit this real quick before we move on to other parts. Look, I've had some issues with family members who are no longer here up until the moment before they died. And it's just like, I get this completely. Like, and this is just well-written drama. It makes sense. But like you said, I kind of don't mind that his brother said, well, this is the coolest you look. But he's like, right now, bro, like, Dad, you have tormented my soul. I have lost brothers. I have lost. My sisters have been beaten. We have been beaten because we simply was born with the wrong power. 2 of us got ice powers, and you literally
kind of just threw them to the wayside.
Threw us away. You provided a house, but then you beat my mom, and then you made my mom scar my little brother. Like, we literally have the scars on our face that cannot hide this shame. And it is what it is. Todoroki, just like Zuko, man.
You such a weeb. It's starting to sound like an old Japanese father. He said, "We cannot hide our shame."
Hey, man, that's what you cannot hide the shame. That's the shame. The shame is literally on the face. Like, his mother burned him because of what happened. because of her husband torturing her. Like, I have to say this, and the reason why I'm stressing this because people get on anime just like, oh, it's fun, oh, it's anime, but it's like they want you to
they
feel these
really
things.
wanted us to see these things and see these people work through these things.
That's why
or
I don't
these
call
characters
myself,
work through
I
these
don't call
things.
myself a weeb because I know Mark is joking, but then the weeb creators be like, this ain't nothing funny. This is about domestic abuse. Literally
this
about
is a huge deal. This is about someone who has mentally terrorized his family and physically terrorized his family for years.
The only reason why he ain't in jail is he's the number 2 hero. So
and then also, what do we do with that? What do we do with that as a society when it's like this? At that point, this is kind of one of the only people that can save us. But we also know this dude need to pay for some crimes. But at these no-moves is running around, and we just saw last season he the only one that really got it.
But when the
it's
public,
like, what do we do as a society? Do we let him go? Do we lock him up because he did? Then what do we do with the no-moves?
They set him up perfectly for that fall. Even though Hawk's like, look, you the number. I love you and respect you, but Hawk's like, I'm gonna try to work on your image, and nothing could be done. That the public, when they found out about Dabi, they was like, we hate you. We were like, and how could you not hate him?
I never read the manga, so when that episode came out, I was like,
they was like, Dabi is your son, bro. He just killed. How many people did this man kill? Like in an instant.
And he's saying, even if he's only 50% right, he's saying the reason he's doing this is because of what you did to him and your family. You know what I'm saying? So even if he's only 50% right, because so when people come out, you don't get a chance to respond, and like if someone's like, I wanna expose Coop, you know what I'm saying? Coop's not there to be like, well, no, this didn't happen that way. But even if it's only 50% right, bruh, that means that half of the blood is on your hands. Like, that's a lot of dead people that Dabi would like.
Just from Dabi, not from the rest of the league. Just Dabi. Look at all the people he burned up in them explosions.
He timed that joint perfectly, boy. Like
lives ruined.
Yeah.
Massive destruction.
So the epilogue for that family is something that I really enjoy, and I'm glad that epilogue. At least I think that epilogue came first.
Yeah, I think it flowed into it. Like they flowed into it.
So I think that was important. Then of course seeing everybody run around, seeing seeing Bakugo, seeing Ochako and all the other heroes kind of I guess doing, I don't know what you would call the program, but I remember they named it, but basically going around to the schools, teaching them about
let's talk about Ochako.
Like there's other ways to utilize your heroic powers and stuff. Like it's just awesome to see them go into their adulthood.
Great transition with Ochako, because she was dealing with, I killed somebody or somebody I couldn't save and they died, and it's like, yes, this is what we're talking about. Like, damn, this is the cost of being a hero. Like, she died in my arms, and she saved me. And you know what's messed up? If this girl just would have got therapy and some attention and care to understand her powers, she could have been like we said, a doctor. She could have been one of the greatest doctors that ever lived.
Yeah.
She pulled off a miracle to save Ochako. She like, man, I can actually change my blood to a molecular level to fit yours.
The funny thing is,
and to solve you.
When she was talking about I killed her and this and that, I was like, no. With that last action she did for you, you saved that girl. Think of who she was back in season 5 or so. You saved her.
Like, she realized that
she used to be. You saved that girl.
I don't, and I ain't gonna say I don't know.
She would have never. I don't think she would have ever given her life, her last dying.
No, not at all.
For nobody. You got through to that girl.
Was sick in the mind because of the hatred and the hate she got, and she thought she had to hurt and cut people to show her love for people. It's like, sadly, that's how some serial killers are. You think about the people she killed, but again, she's like, nah. But twice dying kind of was the last thing.
Yeah,
even though twice wasn't I don't know. I ain't gonna get into the ages, but let's just say they're about the same age.
Anime is always funny with ages. They be like,
she's like,
people be in
15,
they
but
be
twice.
saying they in high school, but then they have their own apartment. I'd be like, hold up, what? Like who?
Well, I
How
think
old
it's
are
kinda-
you? You got a job, but
It's a little.
but you're
I
like
think
12.
in Japan, it used to be like common, like the rent is so low that kids can get a place if they got to go to another school across the country.
Oh,
It's a little
okay.
bit different.
Cause,
So it ain't
the
like
way they
here.
be playing kids, I'm like, I don't know. Is this a kid? Is this an adult? They got their own place. Is it like in America where like the parents are just never home? Magically they pay the
it's a little
rent
bit
and
of both.
bills, but they're never home.
Now that's probably changing where things are, capitalism. But it used to, because they have to have so many apartments because of the population, and it ain't like a lot of land that the average person get like a big, home in Texas or in the country around like the United States. So, it's like, all right, you got to go here, but I work over here. So it might have. There's probably some truth to that where kids will be like, I'm 15, I live on my home, But it's like,
word.
Dad, mom might pop up and like, hey, you ain't handling your business. I'll still whack you. Go to study. Hey, I'm just saying. I ain't gonna get to all the particulars or try to, insult.
I know this ain't no
like
B
that,
plus. I want an A.
like don't fool yourself.
Yeah, don't be getting too uppity because you got your little apartment.
I ain't never been no kid where I just caught the yellow cheese wagon. They got to catch the bullet train and the subway and all that. Like,
you just
New York and the big city kids.
Walk to the end of the block, got on the yellow cheese and rode it.
Shout out to them, but man, that she figured out like, okay, let's just say this ain't the era of I need to be a gung ho beat 'em up superhero, but we need to look after these children with these powers. We need to talk to them. We need to see how they're feeling, check in with them. Be like, kids might have the power. I might blow up in like a character in Marvel named Boom Boom. She create fireworks, bombs and blow stuff up. You might need to check in with somebody like that to make sure they don't go bad.
Also, because when All For One was talking about Sugar Rocky's powers, where his powers weren't always only destruction, but he took away one part and only gave him the destruction. So there might be a kid sitting around saying, oh, well, my power is only negative. And then Ochako and was Ingenia with her? I can't remember. I had to pull up. I can't remember who was with her. But
I think it was
yeah, was it Frappy? I'll pull it up while we're talking.
Frappy.
But like basically they can come to that child and be like, yeah, it might seem like your power is only destructive, but you can use your powers for this and this and this. And these are things that people aren't telling you about that might have you feeling like, oh, I'm useless, or oh, I'm some kind of demon. It's like, no, you're actually perfectly poised to be someone who can
look at a character
or fix buildings or whatever.
Alien Queen, like I forgot her real name, but Pinky. Pinky literally shoots out acid, but she learned to control it, and she's this super positive, friendly person, and she has to look like an alien. Now she's a cute alien, so I don't know. In that society, it's like, hey,
she's a cute alien.
She's a cute alien.
You know what? Yeah,
she is.
Yeah, she is, because she could have easily looked like some kind of like Star Wars kind of alien, but they made sure they were like she's cute enough.
Yeah, she's probably fairly attractive in that society, and I ain't gonna go deep into it, but as a person with horns out their head, pink skin, and shoot acid.
Yeah. But originally you'd be like, oh, this person is horrible. They're the worst thing in it. But
little Gila monster.
But I'm sure there's some scientists and chemists out there that could be like, yo, she can have a great job in some, biochemical lab where she's just there every day, like, there you go. Just a little.
Yeah, like I create like, I don't know, paint thinner. And hey, take this formula, spread it out. I'm rich.
There you go. Yeah. So all it takes is someone's perspective to open you up to say like, oh, I'm not a monster, or I don't have to be a monster. Exactly. Now, of course, there's also the other side of like, I guess, what society will let you be. And what I mean by that is, I talked about this when I was talking about like Castle Rock, but all right, let's say, okay, perfect example. I'll throw it on me. Let's say I was a thief. And I was always stealing. And I was stealing all the time. And I went to jail for stealing. And it's, okay, so it's 2026. Let's say I went to jail for stealing back in 2008. And I was in jail for, let's say, 5 years. So, okay, so 2013, I get out. I turned my life around. I haven't stolen a thing since. I actually give my time to the community. I do my best to, stay out of trouble. I don't mess with nobody. I don't bother anyone, and I do my best to atone for everyone I stole from, and stuff like that. Unless you're talking about things that you just can't really return that I've stolen, but you know what I mean. So for 13 years, I haven't stolen a thing. But there will be people that be like, still nothing but a thief. That's what I mean. Like they'll never let you
in society. Sadly,
they'll never let you be anything else.
Unless,
and then society needs to also deal with the implications of if you won't let me be anything else. But you can't also be mad when I return to it either. You know what I'm saying?
The only time you get to be something else, if you're a thief that you're so rich that they like you, that they'll make a movie called Wolf of Wall Street and other stuff, and they celebrate you and give you book deals. So that's where you get he's a thief.
He's a thief, but this movie is so funny.
Shout out to Wolf of Wall Street. That was a great movie. I hate this movie. It was a great movie.
But yeah, they do
man ruin lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do ruin people's whole pensions and all kinds of this
straight life.
Yo, but so that's what I mean. But that's a beautiful thing for El Chaco and them to all do. I just enjoyed that because that work is part of the work of why there aren't really any villains anymore at that point, because they're like, hey, they ain't really villains like that. We kind of solved the main issue. Well, also because when you kick the most baddest butt in the whole world, other villains be like, nah, man, I'm cool.
And let me just add another point on that. I think me and Mark talking about how Japan sometimes, and this ain't the downplay America, but how they take a different approach to, like, say they homeless. How, what Mark, you said they built like homeless camps where people can kind of have like a mini home.
They have a city where they have added like geothermal vents to their bridges for their homeless population to have somewhere warm to sleep, and and it's covered, like it's a part of the bridge.
Here in America, they take out the bottom rung wood plank of the backboard, so when you sit, it's even more uncomfortable because they don't want you to sit there, or they put the little dividers. So think about that. So the fact that the writers are just like, hey, you know what will solve the problem of villains? Let's build a better society for people with these powers that we might be more afraid of. Let's build them up. Let's give them purpose. Let's put them in society. Yeah, you kind of can't, stick out in the whole Japanese way, but it's like, let's not let you go astray on your own. Let's start these programs. And yeah, it might be a small step. And some people might be like, that's socialism. But what's wrong with it?
We already live in a socialist society.
You know how that's the thing.
All right, let me once again
education to them.
Once again, roads, that's a socialist program. The park, that's a socialist program. I mean, I could go on, but guys,
but what do they do? They be like, that park needs to stay here with our money. Oh, I mean, just look at Baton Rouge, man. Shout out to St. George, who put a little fence around their little area. And now my job, well, we'll get to that in 2026 down the line.
Yeah,
so you never know what might happen with me.
So there's even points when Deku goes to the Ninja Turtle. All right, let's just be honest. It's Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle.
And when he kind of hulks up on him, Deku doesn't jump back. He doesn't go to attack. He doesn't defend. He just says, I hope your book's a comic book. And he doesn't. He's like, oh, so like it really is over. Like you're not here to kind of like beat me up and toss me around the room or something. Like you're here on like a peace mission. Shigaraki told me you to send me this message, and he was like, this is for you. It's only for you.
Yeah, it's for you. And he didn't know everybody was dead. And trust and believe, folks, even with that ember of all one for all, he could have still folded him like a launcher.
The ember of one for all, he could have
ended him.
He could have folded that.
I'm good.
He
would have knocked him down.
His most monstrous form. He could have. It could have went bad.
Like Deku would have kicked him in the head 3-4 times, then punched him in the jaw.
But that's the beauty of how this show resolves. And I know I'm not really talking too much about the actual fight. It's just the way this show landed the plane is just so satisfying. And like, I didn't cry. I know Del was talking about crying, thug tears. I was just watching the show. I was looking at the screen like this, like, man, just the happy smile, like the smile of a proud papa. I was just proud of how they landed this plane, how they gave this epilogue, how everybody ended off in a positive way. And I was just like, I am so happy to have a story where people kind of go off. Even Stranger Things, even though the situation with Elle, we don't really know, it's kind of ambiguous, but most everybody kind of went off into the, they went off into the sunset happily. And don't get me wrong, there's room and there's space for tragic endings and depressing endings, but it is nice to get a story where you look and you're like, everybody was all right. Everybody was okay.
Deserve
the journey
ending they got, bro.
Was the stress.
That's why it was so satisfying. Them kids deserve. They lost so much. One for All was a diabolical POS.
Yes.
And I mean, All for One. And Sugar Rocky, up until his redemption, he was pretty rotten.
Yeah. He just, and it's like even the ghost of Nana
deserved a happy ending, and they got it. And my man Deku got a happy ending. I was so satisfied.
Even Shigaraki's grandma's ghost got to be released of the stress.
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
Of that she feel like she caused. In a way, it was her fault too, but
yeah, because she kind of started that seed. Now, of course, All for One was like, he manipulated that. He took that and manipulated it. But yeah, she was kind of like the kernel that kind of started that.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful seeing how they turned it out, how it ended up being. It's like, wow, y'all really did it, man. Y'all really did it. Y'all made it happen. And it's just so satisfying to see this show end the way it did, especially with looking towards the next generation.
And I'm going to give it, it's time. Bakugo, bro, when Bakugo came through, Bakugo was kicking much, but Bakugo had the right attitude.
And strength of will too.
Just like, look, I'm gonna give him my all. I'm glad he didn't die. I thought he was gonna be dead. Shout out to Ed Shot.
He smiled.
He smiled.
Ninja, I'm so proud of your favorite character. I'm so proud of him.
It took all these years for him to be likable.
It took 10 years for him to grow up, but
for him to grow up.
Mean, he looked like he was enjoying his power. Like he absolutely was enjoying. Like he was flying free and cheesing. I was
there, but because all right, cool. He's like, I'm going to be like, that's what I'll give Bakugo this. I want to be so good, unlike Endeavor. Now, of course, he didn't grow up to be a abusive dad, but we know. But he's like, look,
even though he's the murder god,
I'm a terrible, dumb teenager. But guess what? Okay, Deku, you have this power. I don't even need your power. I'm going to show you I'm the master of my skill, and I'm going to beat you. And we're going to have this, even though he didn't want to acknowledge, but he had to eventually acknowledge and respect Deku, because he's like, oh, man, you're going through this. And then he saw what it means to have to be All Might. And it's like, you don't really want that responsibility. Not say he ducked it. He's happy to be himself. And because the weight of being All Might is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just, when you come with your automatic arch enemy is one of the worst people of all time that will automatically find you because it's a part of him. So he's tuned into you. So no matter who gets it, he gotta come kill you and try to take it.
Yeah.
And try to
and then finding the lore behind All for One is like, oh snap, like, yo, you know what? Y'all writing this thing, because I never even paid attention. I was like, oh, that's just one of the All for One people. He's just kind of in the back. We never knew, or at least this is how I perceived it. Mama birthed two sons. One son had one for all, but did not know it, and one son had All for One. And then once Kudo,
no, he didn't.
Kudo?
He actually wasn't born with it. He was born with a small. He had the weirdest nondescript power that mutated this, because he had like a power saber. Like he had a weird quirk where he could stock. I think he could stock quirks.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, actually, no, wait, my bad. It was something even more
at least the way I received it in the show was that he was born with one for all, but just did not know it. And that All for One was born with All for One, and of course he knew it.
He was born with All for One, but he gave his brother, like his brother had a weird quirk that you just couldn't see that. But when he gave him the power stock quirk, it became one for all, and then each person who touched it and put their own thing, it mutated and kept growing. So he inadvertently created his downfall by just like, all right, you nothing, I'm gonna give you a quirk, haha. But he could, because it has a specific name, but it was like the stock quirk plus the transfer, or he had like a transfer quirk, and you just didn't know. And he gave him the stock quirk, and those two things become what All for One for all becomes, and then it just grows. So it was like a power scalar quirk, but either way, his body was never going to be able to handle it because he was abused. Like if he got one for all, he would like blow up because he just couldn't handle it. So he had the small iteration of it to give it, and kept giving it and kept giving it, and then it grew to people who can handle what it became. So this again, he got hoisted by his own petard, as they used to say in Looney Tunes, because he was just being arrogant. And then he would really hoist him, the end of him. He was so selfish, he just didn't realize, like, I actually love my brother. I abused you. Please don't leave me. I need you to be by my side. But you abused him.
Once again, the deep writing, the deep themes, the deep representation.
He was so sad. Like
what he was really trying to do is to keep what he loved through force. It never works, y'all. It never works. It becomes toxic. It becomes dangerous. Get help. But he was trying to keep what he loved. He didn't understand really what love was, but he was trying to keep it through force and fear. And he learned a serious lesson. And
it is pretty
I'm just impressed by how it was done.
And the fact that they showed the birth kind of where he just like, I killed my mom, and it's like, this man never had a chance.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't like, and I ain't saying there's no redemption. He doesn't need redemption because he never sought out redemption.
Yeah, he never sought
it. He immediately said, I'm gonna become the demon lord. I'm gonna become the evil lord. And look what happened to him.
Like he enjoyed using his powers in the dark ways that he learned to do it.
Yeah. And the cool thing at the end is even he realized, like, okay, one-on-one
thing you notice with one for all.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
All for one. He did not like to steal overly complex quirks. That's why he didn't take every single quirk, because he liked to use a quirk when he steal it, he liked to master it immediately. So if it made him like have to think, he didn't want to have to be able to like say like Muriel's quirk. I think, you know, you can accidentally kill yourself with Muriel's quirk if you don't know what you're doing. Like you had to study and train so you don't fall into the center of the earth or out in space somewhere. So it's like he took quirks that he kind of adapt to immediately. That's what somebody just reading to us. So I'm like, yeah, kind of tracks. Because if you could take all just more power quirks or like stretch your limbs, or maybe I understand how thermonuclear fusion works, but I don't understand how to be a ghost. You know, something like that.
Got you.
I don't want that nasty quirk or that weird quirk or make my teeth, or like the dude whose teeth come out and it hurt or something. You know, just I don't want that quirk.
Oh man. So that was like, that whole piece was cool. Even with Bakugo, we're learning about All for One's past. It was just masterfully written, well paced. I never felt like, oh man, here we go. Like I never felt, I was engaged and bought into the story the whole time. I never felt like, oh, we're stopping for a flashback. It was woven in perfectly.
You know what though? Part of that is because they took 3 episodes to do the epilogue. Like they took 3 episodes to tie up all the loose ends, and they didn't cheat us. And
I'm gonna be honest,
it was great.
I didn't even really care that much, but the final fight was cool. But that's just a small piece of the recipe. The epilogues, because of what they've been dealing with.
I loved the final fight. I thought it was
great. Also, I was like, huh. Since I know this was a manga written long before, I was like, Avengers Endgame. Something look familiar to you?
I mean,
something look familiar. Look familiar to me. Almost absolutely the same.
I mean, he's influenced. The writer was influenced by Marvel.
I know,
he really loves Marvel.
Influencing and almost a direct copy are two different things. And I feel like Avengers Endgame almost directly copied the way, but still, I dug it, especially when All For One even had to recognize it himself. He said something to the extent of, one-on-one, I would destroy y'all. But all of you together, see, that's what you don't understand. All of them together as one common goal. You never understood that. That's why you're losing. You never understood it. You never understood community. Never understood it.
Speaking of together, I just want to give a special shout out to Eraserhead. Yo, I'm gonna just say this: Eraserhead story here. When it comes, his backstory comes up in Vigilantes. If they show all of this, yo, go back and then watch the episodes with him when he's talking to him and President Mike are talking about his friend. That is his complete story. It is kind of sad, and it's like, you know, justice for Eraserhead. I don't know if I think he lost his powers. Still a great teacher, but man, you talk about going out on your shield, like Eraserhead, All For One, you know, All Might, and you know, just gave it they all like, yes, like we care about the next generation.
Good point. I'm glad you said that. On that point, this is not an anime that says, "All right, kids, it's all on you." No, like the adults said, "Okay, this is what we trained y'all for, but we're still the first line of defense. Like, we're not going to let somebody just come up to y'all. Like, we're still out here first." Like, now, of course, the trip is this is season 8. All of this kind of started at like the tail end of season 5, but they were like, no, we're jumping out first. This is no diss to other animes and be like, I trained you, see ya.
And even though Vigilantes is written by a different person, but he has like, I think he has some strict rules, or it got to match.
Yeah, you can't just be making up your own stuff.
His senpai did the same thing for him. Like, they like, I love when you see the succession. It's like, nah, like, I'm not gonna just like abandon you. By the way, his senpai, his teacher was a parody of Prince. Imagine if Prince was super strong and his power was chest hair. I don't know why that's his quirk, but he literally strong as hell. Of course, his chest hair is out and he looks like Prince.
Hair he just, in and of itself is kind of strong. I mean, because they have used hair to like in tools and stuff way back in the day. I think
his name is Mr. Purple. I'll have to go back and see, but it's Prince. He's almost JoJo like Prince. It's like almost a parody of two things.
At first, I didn't like Best Genius, but now homie is my dude. So you know what? I'm gonna give him a shot.
All right.
Best Genius, homie be dressed.
Was a character who I like. Who is this clown? This long neck clown. I hate it. I ain't gonna lie. I really hated his
like
voice in the English dub. Right? I hated his voice in the English dub. I was like, who is this fancy pants wannabe? Now, I ain't gonna lie, his Japanese voice, he sounds way more brolic for some reason, but they proved it. I was like, okay, I Best Genius, I ain't gonna never quit.
Homie had the power.
I was like, my bad,
homie
sir.
had the drip. Yo, homie's denim drip. Yo, he had that 90s denim drip. And he had the car, like you said.
Other than All Might's car, he might have had the best car.
Yo, and then of course with Deku coming through with the whip at the end, Deku drives the car with the briefcase. Come on, man.
80s detective. He don't have no regard for the speed, for anything on the road.
Why? I'm Best Genius. I don't have a speed. The speed limit is what I needed to be.
What I needed to be. It's like, and he don't. And all his plays, like, he just like, I'm cold because I wear the best jeans. He's like, you weak because you ain't dressed right.
He's like, look, you had better clothes, you might have been able to beat me, but I'm gonna have to hit you with the threads. He be like,
now he got the dark
tied you up.
And if you think about how ridiculous it is, his power would make him a horror villain. The man can use any thread. He literally can. He can just kill you with your clothes. And he was trying to kill them all. Really, he was trying to choke them out with their stuff. And then he rich, so he got like bring me the cable thread, so I could just uphold a building. Like,
homie had like full like forklift pallets of like cable thread brought to him.
Yeah, best genius is the man.
He doper than we ever thought.
Straight up, this writer, my hero's writer, bruh. Whoever, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna look up his name. We'll add his name in the comments. Next anime he's doing, or next manga I'm on it. I forgot. I think he got one out. I don't care.
Word.
He has earned that right.
Yeah, we at least give him a shot.
This is ridiculously creative. Best Genius alone deserves
this show is just beautiful. And like honestly, guys, I know we jumped all over this, but it's the end of this show is beautiful. The final season was beautiful. I know we had y'all longer than 20 minutes. I ain't gonna hold y'all no more. I'm gonna throw it to Dub. Dub, final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts. My Hero Academia, 10 out of 10, man. 12 out of 10. It is. It ended. It did it the right way. I'm very pleased with the way they ended it. Shout out to the creators. And so, I mean, I can't get enough. I'm gonna be looking at sequels, prequels, spinoffs, anything I get my hands on, because of how good this was. Thank you, Coop. Coop put me on. Thank you, bro.
Hey man.
Yeah, I think you put. I can't remember if you put me onto this or not. You might have. I think you did.
Hey, bro.
I can't remember.
Thank you, bro. Some of the best storytelling I've encountered in life, and it ended the way I felt. 12 out of 10, bro. Marvelous. I'm hoping I feel this good with Demon Slayer.
I think so. I think you'll appreciate it as high. I don't know how good you go.
I don't know if it's going to leave us. I have a feeling we're not going
to. I said it like that for that reason. I hope to feel the same. I
think we will enjoy it to the same high with this. The emotional high. I think we'll have an emotional high with it.
Yeah. Cause something tell me the way Demon Slayer rolling, I don't think we're gonna walk into the sunset. I don't think all of us are.
I don't think nobody lives. I don't know. We will see.
I
think even the devil's gonna go. I think everybody dies. And like he got like them old karate movies. Shout out to my family or my brother. I remember this movie. It's burned in my mind. I cannot remember the name of it. Mm-hmm. I saw it at Robert E. Lee Theater. It was a weird, bloody kung fu movie, modern day kung fu movie. It ended with everybody dead on the ground by a bug. Just with the two
was
people
it Ninja
dead.
Assassin?
No, it was just like two gangs. They had jobs. They were normal. It was like gangs, but they were out for blood. They were fighting with bow staffs, all this size, and then
That's probably the name of it.
It ended
gangs with bow staffs and sides out for blood.
It ended in a back alley with both of them face down, the last two members of the factions, and it just pans up and it just rolls away. Everybody dead. I was like, oh my God, I probably shouldn't have watched that as a kid, but I cannot forget it. I really need to, if I could just pluck the name out of my mind, I would go back and watch this. But I remember it being very bloody.
Wow. All right. Well, sorry. Dub, where can people find you?
Mark Dub can be found at Mark Dub on IG. Mark Dub 44 on that other thing. I'm getting on Blue Sky. I've been pumping and faking and get on Threads. And then y'all can find me there too.
All right, word. All right, then I'm gonna throw it over to, of course, Coop. Final thoughts? Where can they find you?
It's real.
I'm gonna go into some other things like, shout out to y'all for not killing All Might. That man was dead, marked for death. Thank you for letting anime characters grow old.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting them be there.
Letting him make it to 38. He's
not gonna lie.
Man.
I thought he was older than that, but
no. I'm just saying. He's probably a senior citizen at 38 in anime.
Well, I think he's actually in his 50s or 60s.
You know how they do you an anime boy.
But But it's just thank you for that, for this character that I just gravitated to him the moment he was on screen, even though he was there to always pass the torch and to be the start of it. I love the early years of All Might. He was crazy, he was good, he was great. He was like he'll save the day. He wasn't there all the time, but he was magnetic on the screen as a character. Just great design and what he stood for. But I'm not gonna lie, I might have shed a tear when he like Deku, bro. They all pitched in. They said they want you back. We got this suit for you. And shout out to them for saying that, hey, this stuff ain't cheap. Like they all had to kick in money because you mean so much to us. We want to bring you back. And yes, they get it. Man, they got it so good.
And then he gets to basically live again as a hero, and he gets to fly with them. You know what I'm saying?
Gets to go back with this team that all of them survived when they all shouldn't have survived, but they barely made it. They all deserve statues, even Grape Juice, even though he got canceled. He did some foolishness, and they didn't really still like him, but he's still a hero. He gave it his all too. And it's like, yes, they all got statues. They all are remembered there. They all learned. Shout out to Stain. Stain gave it his all for what it meant for crazy stuff. You know, just all these things that, bro. That's why when I got what I liked about My Hero, I had to recommend it. And even though I'm not making fun of you, Mike, people was like, oh, My Hero is dead and all this. It'll be the same people who like One Piece, and I ain't knocking One Piece, because One Piece stand like One Piece out been on 20 years. Like, try some new stuff. They be like, I'm just dying. That was the discourse.
Now honestly, media. I never said My Hero was dead. I just
they had people was just like, it's dead, it's garbage, I don't get it, I don't like Deku. Now they praising it. Now they praising it. Now they giving it its flowers, and they have no choice, you know, because the man stuck the landing. I have not seen the only few other things I've seen. The landing stuck higher. Like I haven't watched Stranger Things, but I always talk about how Ryan Coogler stuck what should have been an abomination in Black Panther 2. I can never watch the movie again. It's a funeral. It's sad. It's depressing. But he made a quality film out of the most garbage parts of a tough situation. And the plane, as I say, was bullet shot, riddle hole, and he landed it with nobody dying. That's a miracle in itself. So this wasn't like that because it wasn't dead, you know, but they stuck the landing. I feel fulfilled. I didn't feel like my time was robbed for watching the thing for 8-9 years.
Yeah.
You know, this is now, and also they're not going to have too many more anime that I probably follow that I stick with it this long. I don't really want to. Like, you give me 2-3 years now, Naruto and Bleach still broke me. I still got to go back and watch the rest, catch up on Bleach, because I'm obligated as an old anime fan to watch Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm just not. I could just get caps with that, you know. Shout out to Jujutsu Kaisen, but you know, I'm finished. Bleach deserves my time first, and I owe it to Bleach for the Adult Swim crew. But that's just how it made me feel, y'all. So I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. I'm glad that people I recommended to love the character, and that they saw, maybe we saw a little something ourselves in Deku as the underdog. And you know, because I never liked bullies, so it's just like I never see why all you nice people, especially our lady friends, love Bakugo for some reason. I'm looking at y'all. I don't know why y'all like Bakugo like that.
You know, they always want the bad boy, man.
But I don't know. You know, I don't know. Y'all just like, oh, Bakugo should be like, Bakugo is a dingus. That's what y'all like. Hey, I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
but
that's how it be, man.
I had hard fun trolling some people, and when I was a little less mature, you know, I was grown, but I had fun messing with one person. I'm like, what is it with y'all in Bakugo for real?
They like that bad boy, man.
She probably unfollowed me. Still, you can find me, Keith Cooper. I'm Keith Cooper. Don't follow me on Facebook, but I'm on Facebook. I ain't taking no more new people on Facebook unless you're talking about business.
He said I ain't taking no new.
And you got common sense. You can follow the Blurtish page on Facebook. Of course, the Linktree however Linktree is, Blurtish. You can find my TeePublic store. I'm wearing something I have in the store now. It's a Akira shirt, other things, as you can see.
Nice.
You know, get some different stuff. Sales are every month. We had a lot of sales recently. So, you know, I wear what I also, you know, put out there. We got books. Of course, we got a bookshop. You can find us there. I'm on Threads. I don't really like Threads either. I'm on Blue Sky, but I don't use it. You can find me on Instagram, blurred.ish. That's the main hub. Facebook, Threads. I'll eventually get to it on Threads, but Threads is just kind of like X and Facebook meshed together and trash and a lot of AI and slop.
Boy.
You have at it. Threads is an option. I'll find you eventually.
That's how they all is now, man.
Just hit me up on IG, and it's okay if you need to message me. That's fine. It's all good. Or you can email me. My email is on there. If you want to talk business, if you're crazy, an incel, just a weird hater, and if you're one of them obnoxious gamers, all type of fandoms, you can find me on Twitch as well too. I need to start back twitching. I'm going to eventually play more than Marvel Rivals.
Going to show them that Rivals.
I'm gonna play more. I'm gonna start doing
brand new
Rivals. I might take a break after Deadpool. My blood pressure is about to be so angry about it that I need to stop. Shout out to Open Mind. I need to follow your lead. I need to take a break. Or I'm gonna just play less.
Yeah, because I think he playing Destiny right now. He going back playing.
I need to
Destiny.
start Ghosts of Yote. I've been behind. I need to start Yote. I need to finish Tsushima. I got 2 of the same games to play. I got a lot of backlog. Twitch is gonna be full if I get my butt on Twitch, and Twitch don't actually. If the clientele don't stop my stream, OBS just be messing over me sometimes, man. Like, man, I don't know. I need maybe
nobody to shine, man.
Bro, I'm trying to use the free thing, and they hating.
They see you rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you see yourself doing it, and it's just blue screen on the app. Like, I don't see that it's cut off sometimes. Like, what?
They don't never want to see you shine. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I guess on my end, let's see. Well written from the beginning, well drawn, animated from the beginning, well voice acted from the beginning, and they kept the quality throughout 8 seasons. And these aren't 8 short seasons. And this isn't to diss, shows that have 8 episodes, 10 episodes, but they were doing 20 something episodes every year.
Started out with
not every year, but
they started going to 14, but they started out with the traditional 24, 26, and a couple of times.
So they put some work in for real and landed the plane. I couldn't be happier. Can't wait to start it all over again. But I'm gonna wait until after this season Vigilantes, then I'll start everything all over again because I love this show, man. Love this show.
Hey man, like I said, Eraserhead storyline is worth going back to put it all together to see just his arc and more of what it means to be a hero in that way. It's still kind of sad, bro. It's kind of sad.
All right, word. So, of course, with that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Check out the Etsy, buy some stuff. I will start doing some events this year.
Yeah.
Vending. I don't know where. I'll be out there vending.
Not table.
Selling stuff. Matter of fact, I ain't even there. I got joint right here. I got 2 right here. Hold on. I got these. Got 2 new joints. Wonder Woman. If you like Wonder Woman, there she go. Boom. There she go. Wow. Wonder Woman all in your face. So got some new Wonder Woman, black and gold. But I also have some other. I got some Saturday AM stuff coming. It's gonna be fire. But anyway, I love all y'all.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Saturday AM,
that fighting game. Oh, get ready to get mixed. You know what? I am gonna put in the same time to get good whenever they drop the Saturday AM fighting game as I put in to Guilty Gear Strive. Because the only reason I'm really good at Guilty Gear Strive right now, and I can put it down for months at a time and come back up and still win, is because when it first came out, I would spend 2 hours a day on that joint, just learning how to play Faust, learning how to play. So the game looks sweet, and I can't wait to play
Blade on Rivals right now. I'm on my Blade run, and it's brutal, but
But anyway, love all y'all. Y'all stay real. Keep your head up. Stay black. Peace.
More anime to come. Stick with us for winter. We're gonna get back on it.
We gonna be back or we gonna be back.